Okay, here I am for our second episode of the Real Estate Realness. And this week, we're going to do kind of a total opposite from what we did last week. Last week, we talked about basically not hiring the cheapest. Maybe the cheapest isn't always better. And the reasons you shouldn't hire the cheapest person. This week, we're going to talk about the flip side of that. Maybe the most expensive thing is being the most expensive or pricing something the most expensive that you can. Is that the best thing? And why you need to think about it. So here's the deal. The reality is that as much as I love our real estate community, there are realtors out there, okay, that maybe for whatever reason, maybe they need a listing, maybe they sometimes don't even really have much of a motivation to necessarily even sell your house, but they're hoping to just pick up buyers from it. So when they walk into a listing appointment with you, honestly, sometimes they may just tell you what you want to hear. So some realtors I know, I've been in listing appointments and they will walk in, I've walked in and I've asked them, how their other appointments have gone, and I've been told that those other realtors basically ask them, well, what do you want to price it at? And that's what we'll price it at. I don't work like that. I can't be okay with not just being real with you, not just being honest and direct about what the situation is. And sometimes that's a hard thing to do. So, I'm never going to walk into a listing presentation and say, what do you want to price your home at? I'm never going to approach it that way. So I think you have to realize that somebody may walk in and say that they can list your home for a price that you want to hear, a price that sounds good to you, but you need to ask them for real comps and evidence and understanding of the market of how they're actually going to get the home sold for that, because they can make you all the promises in the world for what you want to hear, but if they can't back it up with market data, they're probably not going to get it done for you at that price, and they're going to keep asking you for price drops. So I honestly hate nothing more than, because this has happened recently where I was competing against another realtor for a listing, and when I called I found out I did not get the listing. I called and asked, was there something that I could have done better or something that caused you to make that choice? And ultimately found out that, well, the other realtor said that they would list it for $25,000 more than you did, so we went with them. And nothing frustrates me more than that, because I'm never going to take a listing and tell you, yes, we can list it at that, without a real understanding of where the market is and whether or not that's really a realistic price, because it's only going to cost you money in the long run. If you list a house up front for the right price, where it really needs to be, you're going to get it sold faster for more money. So what happens is these homes get listed by realtors who just take them on to be able to have a listing, and they tell the seller what they want to hear up front, and they put it on, and it doesn't sell, and it doesn't sell, and it racks up days on market. And what ends up happening is a listing that another agent maybe takes on later after that has expired and not sold, I'll take it on, and now because that home is not, has had all these days on market stack up against it, where if it had been listed right from the beginning, at a price it really could have sold at based on the comps that are in the area, it's probably not even going to sell for that comp price anymore, because now it's got kind of a stigma about it within the market. People know it's been on the market a while. It's that you can see all the days of market that have racked up. So it is never a good idea to overprice. I always try to come in and go, you know what, here's the comps. I know you might not like it, and I do lose some listings sometimes because I'm going to be real and direct with people. I always call it kindly direct, with, you know what, this is where it is. You might not like what the numbers say, but I'm not going to do you a disservice by saying I can list it at a price that ultimately the market is not going to allow for it, that ultimately it's not going to appraise for it. If it's not going to appraise for that number, why are we going to waste my time, my marketing dollars, your time, all of the expense of your carrying cost and getting your family in and out of the house and all of that, just to be able to not sell it or not have it appraised for the price that that even maybe we get a contract for. If it won't appraise, there's no point in it. So I try to just be very honest with you with like, here's the comps. This is what the market's telling us. Here's a competitive price. We always want to maximize value. We want to get you the best price possible. That's always my goal, and maximize your profit. But it's a very fine line and a little bit of an art of figuring out, and it takes somebody that really knows the market to be able to figure out what is the very best price that we can get for this property that it will actually appraise for, and also get it done in a reasonable time period where our days on market are good, because the more days on market we stack up, the less good those offers are going to be when they come in. So you need to have somebody that's going to be honest, going to be real, going to be direct with you about what the market really is like. And just don't be fooled by somebody coming in and telling you that they'll list it for what you want for the property, or what or more than what another person will do it for, because ultimately they're really going to end up hurting your profit at the end of the day. And I know that it's hard for a buyer to or a seller to wrap their mind around that a little bit. And it's hard to not go, well, yeah, that extra $25,000 sounds really good. But just don't be fooled. That is not really how it works. And the market is always going to dictate what a home is going to sell for. And so just looking at those comps, looking at the updates that have been done in one home versus another, and seeing, how much really we're going to be able to get for that within an appraisal, how much a buyer's really going to be willing to pay for that. And just listen to somebody that knows what they're talking about, and not somebody that just needs another listing and is just going to add you to their listing pile in order to generate more buyers. Make sure you're with somebody that you trust and that will be real and honest and direct with you, and don't just listen to what you want to hear all the time. So anyway, that is my real estate realness for today. I'll see you guys later.